I am here in India, and in India, chickpeas, the theme of the episode, are quite popular. One of my favorite dishes is chana tikki chaat. It's mashed chickpeas and potato mixed with a bunch of spices, formed into small patties that are fried, and then you top them with yogurt, tamarind, green chutney, onions, and a bit of coriander. This is a common street food, something you eat as a snack, but luckily my mom made it for me at home. Yum. They're soft with a little bit of crunch. You can really taste the chickpeas. All the sauces on it are so good. The thing is, around the world, there are tons of amazing chickpea recipes that I have never even heard of. So today, we're looking at 5 different chickpea dishes from 5 countries to see how versatile this one ingredient really is. I'm just gonna eat the rest of this plate. I'm not gonna share. And I'd like to thank Rosetta Stone for partnering with me for today's episode, because while I'm in India, it has been very helpful. A lot of my time here is spent like this. Ha, TK auntie, thank you. The thing is, my listening comprehension is pretty good, but what I struggle with is saying any word out loud. I find it to be terrifying. So one of the things that I've been doing out here is using Rosetta Stone to practice speaking out loud. Hum log chal rahe hai. One of my favorite things about the app is that there are tons of lessons for all sorts of different language levels. And they cover a lot of colloquialisms, so you're actually learning things that are helpful in the real world. They use a type of visual learning, so it's not just a bunch of flashcards. You're hearing voices spoken to you and you're speaking back to them through the app. The app even helps you with your pronunciation. Hum log Cholay, hum log nahi dore. Hum log Cholay, hum log nahi dore. Getting better. Since I'm traveling and don't always have access to Wi-Fi, I'm able to download the lessons so that I can still practice when I'm offline. The lessons are as short as 10 minutes, so they don't require a huge investment of your time. Rosetta Stone has over 25 different languages to choose from. I, of course, am learning Hindi. Right now through December 4th, Rosetta Stone is doing a 60% off sale on their lifetime subscription, so it's only $149 to learn any language for the rest of your life, which I think is a really great deal, and it definitely comes in handy when you're at a party and something like this happens. Oh, thank you, uncle. Ye bahut tasty lag rahe hai. You won't be as scared next time. They are tasty. Check the link in my description and download Rosetta Stone there.
Hi Beryl, I am Annesha. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, and the dish I want to share with you today is called doubles. Doubles is our most popular street food in Trinidad and Tobago. It is made with 2 soft, delicious, pillowy, flattened and fried doughs called bara and topped with chana or chickpea. Chana is boiled down with seasonings and it's super delicious, and the texture is really silky and smooth. Usually the doubles is topped with different sauces or condiments. Doubles gets its name because it's typically eaten with 2 baras, hence doubles.
I think I added too much water. It's like really wet. And it said don't over knead. Okay, what happened? I didn't half the water. Beryl!
I love doubles because it's very convenient and very delicious, and the chickpea is savory and the sauces adds an additional depth of flavor and texture, like sweet, spicy, and crunchy.
I think I'm gonna call this. It's not sticking as much. I added a little bit more flour, so we're gonna let this rest. Pray for the dough.
Doubles is one of the most popular dishes in Trinidad and Tobago. You could find a doubles vendor on any corner. I have many memories with doubles, from my brother going to pick up doubles for the entire family on a Sunday, to after a night out with friends, getting doubles before we go home. The seasonings, spices used, and the silky texture of the chickpea really allows it to shine as an ingredient in this dish. You can get a cup of chana boiled and seasoned on its own. We often add chickpea to our soup, and you can even eat it as a snack, fried and seasoned.
I haven't peeked, so She has risen. Okay, let's make some butter.
I don't remember who first introduced me to doubles, as it is such a popular food in our country. Usually kids will have their first doubles before they even learn to talk. The way you eat doubles is by assembling it like an open face sandwich. You put the batter down, then you put the chana or chickpea down and the different condiments and toppings. You actually eat it by picking it up like a taco and making sure to get some of the condiments and sauces.
It cooks so fast. Amazing.
Doubles is typically eaten for breakfast, but it is also very popular for dinner or lunch. We have a large population of East Indians in Trinidad and Tobago whose forefathers came to Trinidad and Tobago as indentured laborers. Since then, the food has kept some of its Indian influences, but has also reflected our Caribbean identity by incorporating local seasonings and spices, making it a dish that is truly unique to Trinidad and Tobago and enjoyed by all. People should try doubles because it is delicious, it is convenient. I hope that you enjoy and one day come to Trinidad to try it here.
With a little bit of drama, we've made it to the best part of the cooking process. It looks delicious. Literally 10 out of 10. At this point, I think that I'm allowed to toot my own horn. The dough was rescued. Ugh. Oh my God, this is so sticky. What is going on? I feel so amateur right now. It shouldn't stick that much. It is soft. There's like a slight sweetness to it. The color is beautiful. It's chewy when you bite into it, and it's just amazing. If you're looking at this recipe and you're like, yeah, that looks great, it looks too hard, I'm telling you it's really not. Like, just pay attention to your measurements, and I think you would very easily find success, and it's a totally delicious dish, and it's very different. And I love that it's a breakfast and also a sandwich, and kind of like a taco. The chickpeas in this are really good. They're spiced, and I think just combined with this bread, it's a fabulous combo and a great way to start the episode.
Hi Beryl, my name is Yasmina. I am originally from Lebanon. The dish I want to talk about today is called Fatteh hummus or chickpeas fatteh. There are a few other variations for the dish. I like to have mine the non-traditional way. The dish is usually layered, and I start out by assembling my warm chickpeas, followed by the yogurt and garlic. And then you have all the crunchy bits from the nuts and the bread. I enjoy crunchy food a lot, and at the very top, the deep fried Arabic bread. I like to substitute it for toast because sometimes it's on hand for me. What makes the dish very special is the garlic and yogurt mixture. It's a staple in our country, and you can find many other dishes with yogurt and garlic. The garlic has a very spicy taste, but then the yogurt comes in and it kind of cools off the spiciness from the garlic.
I feel like it needs just a little more garlic. I was a fool to have followed the garlic ratio. Always one more.
You can find it in any of the specialty breakfast places in the country, but sometimes when I don't have time to prepare my lunch, I just throw it together and have it for lunch. The reason why the chickpeas are the staple in the dish is because of their buttery and creamy texture. They bring the runniness of the yogurt and the crispiness of the bread all together. The chickpeas also absorb the flavors from the olive oil, from the yogurt, and from the garlic really, really well.
We're having a little bit of a three bears moment. The first oil, little too low. Second oil, little too hot. Okay, are you okay, oil? This one should be just right. Please be just right. Oh God, this one seems like it's still too hot. No, this one's good. I think I'm good at frying, and then I get terrified.
I learned about this dish from my mom and my dad. As a child, I used to be a very picky eater, and fatteh used to be one of the very few dishes that I used to enjoy eating a lot. Also, something else that's very important to me about the dish is that we used to have it on Sundays with my dad for breakfast. He used to work a lot, so it used to be our time together. The ingredients are not really special, but when you combine them all together, they are like tasting a new flavor, and it's something that you do not expect. I hope you guys enjoy.
I think that this dish looks so beautiful, and there are definitely ways that you could make this a kind of like instant dish just by buying pita chips and then like boom. But on this show, if I just opened a bag of pita chips and put them on a plate, it wouldn't really quite have the feel of what we're doing over here. So my first homemade pita, ooh, this spoon looks like delicious. This is a pretty big bite. Let's do it anyway. It was too big. I'm sorry, internet. Wow. Are you freaking serious? Well, this might be my new favorite meal. Carbs, protein. Feels great to me. The first time that I had garlic yogurt was when I made a Turkish egg dish called çilbir, and it changed my life. And it's just like so simple to make because you just have to smush the garlic. But Yasmina was right, like everything in here works so well together. That bitingness of the garlic mixed with the creamy yogurt and the creamy chickpeas and then the crunchy bread. I also love crunchy food, so I get why this is such a great dish for crunchy girls like us. Well, the one thing though is you kind of have to eat this right away because even while I've been yip-yabbering away here, the pita chips with the yogurt are starting to get softer. And it's not bad, but you know, you're here for the crunch. God, you know what? This is like Lebanese nachos because you have like all the layers of all the toppings, and like I kept wanting to get like the ones on the bottom that have all the stuff, not like the bare chip over here on the side. You know, like on the nacho plate, like there's the good stuff, and then if you're too slow, you end up with like that one weird naked chip with the like one string of cheese on it, and you're like, I'm happy with this. Maybe. If you're not afraid of frying, I would recommend frying your own pita chips because like there's definitely a different flavor than buying pita chips from the bag, but, and totally fair if you're like, I don't want to fry pita chips, I honestly think like this is one of these amazing dishes that you can whip together by buying everything like and just Bob's your uncle, you're done. And there's something very special about a really delicious dish from another culture that you can get like from the aisles of your supermarket. And this is that. Amazing chickpea dish. Yum.
Hi, my name is Noor and I'm from Cairo, Egypt. The chickpea dish I would like to share with you today is called hummus al-sham or halabissa. Depends where you are in Egypt, it has different names. But here in Cairo, we call it hummus al-sham. Hummus al-sham is basically a savory hot drink that we have here during winter. It's a boiled chickpea with onions and different spices, and after it's made, you would have it in a cup.
Lovely.
What I like about hummus al-sham the most is that it's very customizable. Everyone can have it however they like. You can add too much spice, no spice, lemon, no lemon. So basically however you like it. There is no wrong or right way to have it, I mean. It's a very common dish across Egypt. I think everyone knows about it, but especially here in Cairo. I remember when I was in middle school, we used to have private lessons, me and my best friends after school.
It doesn't say how much, it just says cumin, chili powder, and salt. It's gonna go with my heart, per usual.
And after we finished, I remember we used to go to this small place that sells hummus al-sham and we would stand there having a cup.
So because I'm using canned chickpeas, I'm just gonna put the chickpeas in after I've made the broth or the drink portion of this since they don't need to be boiled anymore. But if you were using dried chickpeas, they'd obviously have to be in here. Ooh, it's smelling really nice. It's hot though.
I first learned about this dish by going with my dad. He used to go meet his friends after work in this small coffee shop. So my dad would order this for me. It was the only kid drink they have. It's mostly a street food. We would have it from street carts all during winter. I think everyone should try it because it's a new way to have a simple plain ingredient as chickpea. It's a new way for everyone to try, and I think everyone will actually like it if they give it a chance. And I hope you all do. Thank you.
I think this was a dish that definitely surprised me, especially when Noor sent me all the photos of it. I was like, that is something I have never had before. And I have spent a good amount of time in Egypt because my sister used to live there, but I have never tried this dish. I guess I was there in the summertime though. I do love a sipping broth though. I'm gonna put my lime wedge in. Look at me. God, there's something just like taking a gulp of a broth. It's honestly a simple pleasure. This definitely tastes like a very delicate tomato soup kind of. I guess a tomato drink. I did use canned chickpeas instead of dried chickpeas, but I don't think that would have necessarily made the flavor that much more intense. I think it was more about the spices. I also did originally heavily overspice this to the point that my tongue was honestly going numb. How much red chili did I put in this? Ooh. But now we've reached a very happy, relaxing, and delicious medium. Ooh, those have all of the flavor of that kind of broth. Ooh, they're very tomatoey and nice, and warm and soft. That was really relaxing. I feel like I could take a nap. That was nice. I just feel calm.
Hi Beryl, my name is Ivy and I live in Yangon, Myanmar. And today I would like to introduce to you one of my favorite dishes called Tofu Nway, or warm chickpea tofu in English. It's a classic breakfast dish from the San region in Myanmar where San tofu is made with chickpea flour and not soybean. The dish has three basic components: the chickpea paste, rice noodles, and the chicken curry. Then it's typically topped with soy sauce, crushed peanuts, and fried garlic or onion for some texture. You can also add chili flakes for a kick of spice or pickled vegetables according to your liking.
I need to make a list of things that I need to update in my kitchen, and can we please add to that list a whisk that is just bigger than half the palm of my hand? Why do I only have tiny, tiny things? Look at my spatula. It's child size.
As you delve into the dish, you'll find a symphony of flavors and textures dancing across the palate. The soft, warm tofu coats every strand of rice noodle, making it creamy and luxurious.
In all of the videos that I watched about how to make this, so much of it was about getting the consistency thicker, but mine is instantly thick and it needs to be a little thinner, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of water at a time so that it can be a little bit more of a thick soup versus a dough.
The slight tang of the tomatoey chicken and the soy sauce cut through the nuttiness of the chickpea and enhance the umami flavor. And the crunch of the crushed peanuts and fried garlic provides a much needed contrast in texture. But the chickpea is the star of the show, lighting up your taste buds with each mouthful. It's just a warm, hearty bowl of awesomeness that never fails to be comforting.
Nice.
It's very much representative of what Burmese food is all about. Big, warm flavors that will fill you up. The dish can be found in most tea houses in major cities around the country and is mostly eaten for breakfast. It's mostly a quick, simple meal you have before school or work, but it's not unusual for people to have it on special occasions as well. Our country is a melting pot of culture from all the different people living here as well as all the different countries surrounding us. For me, that's the cornerstone and beauty of Burmese cuisine. We pull from all these different influences, but we make them our own. And tofu Nway is no different. It's the dish I shared with my grandfather on his last family trip with us before he passed away. I believe food should be more than just sustenance, that it is the key to who we are as individuals and part of this collective humanity. It's how we show love and connect with others. Food is a history lesson, it's an exploration in human creativity and survival, and I hope it gives you the same level of comfort it has given me throughout the years, and also broaden your culinary horizons and make you more curious about the world we inhabit. Thank you very much.
This looks amazing. I was intimidated by the recipe, but it came together really quickly, and I feel like I really learned something new about this idea of a chickpea tofu. Okay, I'm just gonna mix this, and we're gonna switch to like a POV cam so you can see it. Sounds pretty good. A little big chunk down. I mean, this is not lacking in flavor. Wow, there's a lot going on. The only thing that I've ever done with chickpea flour is use it as a batter in Indian cooking. The other thing I learned in doing this is that you can make chickpea flour tofu. So if you can't eat tofu made out of soybeans, you can take the chickpea flour, mix it with water, cook it down so it's really thick, put it in the fridge. And I'm gonna leave a link in the description for that. That is so freaking cool. This is so satisfying. If you can't find basin flour where you live, but you're interested in making this, you can use whole chickpeas where you're just gonna grind them up and mix them with water. I will leave a link in the description to a recipe that I found that does that. The flavor of this chickpea tofu sauce is really simple, but it adds like a very thick coating and makes everything in this dish feel like very hearty and very comforting almost. I also want to say that I just really had fun making this dish. For some reason, I just was in like a joyful mood today, and making this, like all the elements of it were simple, even though I was doing something totally unknown, and I just thoroughly enjoyed the whole process. So I would highly recommend you guys try this. It's super different, definitely a whole new way to look at chickpeas, and like, tastes fabulous. Uh-oh.
Hi, my name is Ariha and I'm from Ahmedabad, Pakistan. The dish I want to talk about today is Chikar Cholay. In English, we can call it spiced chickpea curry. Chikar Cholay is simply made from chickpeas simmered in a blend of spices. What makes it special is the infusion of tea.
I was thinking about it, but like, let me know in the comments what I could be doing with the chickpea liquid, because I do think that it has uses as a vegan egg substitute, I think, but I'm not sure. Till then.
I love Chikar Cholay because it has a special savory and a delightful taste.
Loud.
And holds a lot of memories of my childhood where we used to go into different gatherings and eat it.
Okay, nice and dry. Now we're gonna brew some tea. Even though this little pot gives me a lot of grief, the people who've seen the show for a while will know, I just can't retire it. It's sturdy. Just please don't fall over.
Chikar Cholay is a common dish in Pakistan.
No! Right after.
And it has deep connection with our culture. It is often served in different gatherings and weddings, etc. My parents and grandparents were the one who taught me about Chikar Cholay, and I do cook it myself now. Chikar Cholay is simply eaten with puri, naan or rice. It has a special taste. Tea is the key ingredient that makes it special. Chickpeas are a common ingredient across Pakistan as it is used in many salads, different dishes across Pakistan.
Okay.
People should try Chikar Cholay to enjoy the smoky flavor and spiciness of different Pakistani cuisine. And it's close to my heart as well. I hope you will try it. Thank you.
When Adi has sent this recipe, I honestly thought that it was going to be very similar to this Indian dish, chana masala, that is chickpeas, onions, tomatoes, spices. I was wrong. And when she sent me the recipe, I was even like, oh, did you miss the onions and tomatoes? And she was like, no, just the tea. And so this became one of the most interesting dishes to me about spicing the chickpeas and then making a gravy with black tea. Very surprising, very surprising. You can taste the tea. Like, there is an aromatic element to this that is not any of the spices. And like, there is it's a subtle flavor, but it's also like, you couldn't miss it. You can smell the tea. Crazy. That is just absolutely crazy. What a way to zhuzh something up and make the expected suddenly become the unexpected. I think chickpeas are really good for kind of more dry spice dishes like this because they do a really great job of absorbing a lot of flavors, and also they're great carriers of spices. Whereas like a thing like, a tomato, they don't carry flavor in the same way. And chickpeas also add that like heartiness that makes things taste like really satiating. So when you have a dish that has a lot of spices, I think chickpeas are always a great addition, not only to like satiate you, but just to like help fill out everything. And for this dish in particular, everything is just like bursting with flavor. The whole thing, like my mouth is just like dancing, which is a great way to be. Chickpeas, man. Can't live with them, can't live without them. This episode was awesome. I did things with chickpeas that I did not know that you could do. Do not forget that all the recipes are going to be in the description. And if you're looking for more cool foods around the world, bing! Here are 2 more episodes. One where we explore tomatoes and how they're used, and another where we look at zucchini. I will see you all in my next episode.